गणपतये नमः। ॐ सरस्वत्यै नमः। ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। अखण्डमण्डलाकारं व्याप्तं येन चराचरम् तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। Let us take in Shiva Shakti with 5 deep breaths. Om Shiva Shakti 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 अति मधुर चापहस्तां अपरिमिता मोदबाण सौभाग्या अरुणाम् अतिशय करुणा अभिनव कुल सुंदरी वंदे। ककारार्था कालहंत्री कामेशी कामितार्थदा काम संजीवनी कल्या कठिनस्तन मंडला करभोरु कलानाथ मुखी कजजितांबुदा कटाक्षस्यन्ति करुणा कपाली प्राणनायिका कारुण्य विग्रहा कांता कांतिधूत जपावली कलालापाकंबुकंठी करनिर्जित पल्लवा कल्पवल्ली समभुजा कस्तूरी तिलकांचिता। So we are in the middle of Sthiti, Kamakota. When we contemplate on the Sthiti, preservation, maintenance, protection of this manifested universe, we understand it is the presence of activated consciousness, which is the very reason why the sthiti maintenance is going on so smoothly. And that activated consciousness is all pervading, because of which every object, be it living or non-living, this activated consciousness has pervaded, and thus it is maintained. The whole network of the universe is also depending on the presence of this activated consciousness. If we take in individuals, for example, if this hand is itching, it sends the signal to the mind that it is my hand is itching, and the mind sends the signal to the other hand to go and scratch the itchy hand. Once this hand is relieved from that itchiness, again it sends the signal to the mind saying, I am relieved, as the hand to stop itching. And the mind sends that signal and the hand stops itching. Now, for this whole process to happen, as though it is reflex action, isn't it? As though it is reflex action, automatically it is happening. For that to happen, simple process, for that to happen, in both the hands, mind, the nervous system, every way there is the presence of this activated consciousness. Because of that, the process is happening. Vishwa is constantly moving, changing, and it is happening with so many incidents in it. So this was the example of the good network between Jnanendriya and Karmendriya. The itchy hand, it is connected with Jnanendriya. The karma of itching, scratching, is Karmendriya. So there is a good network. That network is possible because of the activated consciousness. Like that, the whole body is in good network with the undercurrent of that activated consciousness. It is happening in the world with different species as well, different objects as well. For example, when there is danger popping up, the birds, other animals give the signal there is something happening in the forest. And the other animals receive the signal and act accordingly. How did it happen? Again, it is the presence of activated consciousness. And we have read so many articles. When there was tsunami, the birds and the snakes, they all gave the signal that something not okay is happening. And all the animals were able to go away from the seashore. And they were all saved. So how is it happening? Because of the presence of that activated consciousness. Now one can ask the question, why is it so important? What is so great about this activated consciousness? Why do we adore, worship it as Shiva Shakti? That activated consciousness is the union of Shiva and Shakti, and one united entity is called Shiva Shakti, activated consciousness. So why do we worship, adore? For that, I ask the counter question. Why do we respect, adore, listen to our mothers? Even at the ripened age of 9500, when mother passes away, we feel that loss. We cry for that. Why is it so? She is also, after all, another woman like my own self or any other woman. But why that special attention to her? Why that worship towards her, respect towards her? Because the motherhood with lots of love, affection, nurturing, that she's showering on us as her own child. Sarvagnya Adi Shankaracharya, when he lost his mother, he expressed his deep sorrow through Matru Panchaka, which brings tears even for stony hearted people. It is that moving. Why did he do that? There is something greatness about motherhood, that motherly quality. So with this motherly quality, that activated consciousness, whom we adore, worship as Shiva Shakti, Shiva Shakti, Lalitamba, Mahatripura Sundari. She is, of all the names, the first nama out of saharsranamas is Shri Mata. She is the mother of the whole universe. And because of that, she is present in every manifested object, every atom of this manifested universe. Because of her presence, care, the whole universe is in good sthiti, maintenance. The next Bijakshara, Ka, is telling us more how she is doing her work of taking care of the universe in such a beautiful manner, where she has made prema, karuna, jnana as her own form and also as her innate quality. And let us study that in Ka. Kakarartha. Kakara. Ka is the Bijakshara. Bijakshara, which is the sound Ka. For that, the meaning is her. Meaning means the object, the real object, practical object of that Kakara is she. Kakarartha. That means Ka is Smara, according to Saundari Lahari. Matarishva, air, prana. which illuminates the whole manifestation, is kakarartha. That means the whole manifested world is the artha of ka. So she is in the form of meaning in such a way that the desire is continued through the presence of smara. Kama originates from this bijakshara ka, desire. Desire is the base of the sthiti of this whole universe. It is the desire which is making this universe to still sustain itself. And in Chandogya Upanishad, the student says, I know Ka is prana, but I do not know Ka is Brahman too. So for that confusion, or that, what shall I say, for that understanding, the Guru says further, yes, Ka is Brahman, who is the very source of happiness, the joy. The very source of joy is that Ka. So, Brahman, when Devi is the source of the joy, she is in Saguna Brahma form and Nirguna Brahma form as well, being the source of joy. So, as Saguna Brahma, she gives the material joy, pleasures. As Nirguna Brahman, she gives that spiritual bliss. In both, who is the source? She is the source as Brahman. So it means what? Through this kakarartha, we can understand, if at all one realizes, understands that the whole universe is nothing but Brahman, Sarvam Brahmamayam. One, if understands this, even the material pleasures what he is going through will transcend as bliss. So, Devi is giving that Saguna Brahman experience through the pleasure. And if one understands Sarvam Brahmamayam, automatically the desire to know her Nirguna Brahma form, that desire becomes stronger and stronger. And thus she is able to give even the bliss. So she is the source. Kalahantri. Kalahantri. Destroyer of time. Here we understand that time is concept in the mind. It is a concept. Time is a concept in the mind. When we surrender to Devi, the grip of the time concept in the sadhaka becomes loosened up, because Devi liberates him by being kalahantri, by destroying that concept of time. So one is above, is possible to go beyond the concept of kala, because she is kalahantri. She herself is beyond the hold of kala. because she is the one who created the Kala concept to maintain this universe. When the Jivatma is ready to come out of that Kala, the concept of Kala, as sadhaka, when he keeps moving forward towards becoming one with Devi, she automatically takes away that concept of Kala, the effect of Kala concept in sadhaka. So, Kala Hantri, that is one. Another meaning is Kala Hantri, being beyond Kala, is the quality of Brahman. That she is, because she is Brahman and she is beyond that Kala concept. Kala also means Yama, death. Death happens only again in the mind, through the mind, by the mind, in this Martya Loka. Only in this physical world, the death is possible. But once we surrender to that Kalahantri Devi, she destroys that death also by giving the knowledge that it is only a concept. Kalahantri. So once we realize the self, for that self-realized person, there is no death or the effect of death, because he is living as that self. Kameshi, Kama, Ishi, Kameshi. Isha, Ishi is lordship. So she is the one who is controlling, ruling Kama. We can understand it in different levels and different ways according to the spiritual evolution of the sadhaka. Kameshi, that Kameshwara, Shiva, who had only one Kama, may I become many. So that one Kama gave rise to the whole world, which is with multiplicity. So Kameshwara, for that Kama, she is the Ishi. How Kameshwara, Shiva, he just desired, he did that sankalpa, may I become many. Just because he is desiring, will it be possible to manifest like that? It is Shakti who manifested herself as the whole universe with multiplicity. It is under her authority, under her capacity. It materialized. So she is Kameshi, Shiva's controller. And in that universe of multiplicity, Kameshi, again, she is Kameshi. There are so many desires. The whole world is depending on desires. If there is no desire at all, there is no world. So the very base of the universe is desire, kama, kama. But that also, she is the authority. She is the ruler of all desires. when we want to get out of the second circle, which is the manifested world, as sadhakas, even in him, the desire to get out of the manifested universe, even for that Kama, she is the Ishi. She is Kameshi. So, to create the world, she is Kameshi for Shiva. Being in the world, to maintain the world, she is Kameshi. She is making sure that there is Kama in the world. To get out of the world, she gives us another kind of Kama, the desire, the spiritual desire. But that also she is Kameshi. So she is Mahamaya as well as the one who liberates from that Maya. Kamitarthada. Kamita artha da. Kamita means that which is desired. Kamita. For that artha, the real object, that being accomplished, artha. Kamita artha, the meaning of that desire. Da, she gives. That means she materializes the desires. Kamita artha da. So in Tantra Shastra, they give so much of importance to understand what the Shabda is, what the Pada, the word we utter is, and what is the real meaning of that Artha, Pada, Artha. So wherever there is Artha, Artha, Pada, Artha, you have to understand it is the actual real object, the real person, or the real city. The practical thing is Artha. So when there is a desire in the mind of the devotee or sadhaka, it is Kamita. That is my desire. I want it to happen. Realizing that is in the hands of Devi. And she bestows that by materializing the desire. Bhavanitvam dase mai vitara drishtim sakarunam. See, in that, again, understanding the Kamita, what the devotee or the sadhaka is desiring, even before he is asking the whole sentence. Give me your kripa drishti. Even before he finishes the sentence, she already gives him, materializes his desire. Because she is Mother, Bhavani. So, Kamitarthada. So, in a way, what it is telling us as sadhakas is, or even as devotees, be it our desire connected with this world or the beyond, doesn't matter. Express that desire from the bottom of the heart. Just express it. She listens to that because she is Kamitarthada. She is the one who gives it. With full understanding and faith, if we surrender to her, it has to happen because the Devi is not somewhere outside. She's very much within as Atma. And she knows the whole being, all the three shariras, she knows. So she has the capacity. Instantaneously, she is able to give what that Kamita is. So she gives all the four Purusharthas. Kama Sanjeevani. Kama Sanjeevani. The Puranic story is about Kama when he was burnt by Shiva into ashes, the heap of ashes. It is Devi who became that Sanjeevani, the medicine which revived him. Resurrection of Kama happened because of Devi, because of her karuna, compassion. So she is called Kama Sanjeevani. That is one meaning. Sanjeevani. San or Sat Jeevani. It is immortal, immortality, infinity, infinite life, one who gives life. Sanjeevani. So what is she doing? Kama Sanjeevani. She's making sure that desire is there in this world eternally. Kama Sanjeevani. For Kama, for the desires, she is that igniter. She ignites it and she preserves that Kama, desires, in all living beings. Because of which the world is existing eternally. So, Kama Sanjeevani. So, in that way, she is keeping up the kamas, the desires, to hold the universe in sthiti. For its sustenance, she is making sure that Kama is given life again and again, again and again. That Kama is desire. And that is there in all beings, in all beings. Similarly, she ignites not only Kamagni, she also ignites and preserves Jnanagni. The spiritual knowledge also she keeps reviving, because of which there is good balance of Kamagni and Jnanagni. So it is Kama Sanjeevani, we can understand it as eternal, infinite quality of Brahman, which Devi is using that infinity to maintain this universe. So when I was contemplating on this, I thought I should share what I understood and what I felt. This is Purnatva, Purna, Brahman, that we have learned in this Jnana Mudra also. This is Jivatma, this is Paramatma. When this Jivatma comes away from the three bodies, it becomes one with Paramatma. It forms Purna, a circle. So from this Purna Brahman, the infinity arises. In a way, this infinity is nothing but twisted circle. Just see it, the infinity, if you keep moving, it is nothing but a twisted circle, isn't it? So what happens is, as Jivatma, through that Maya Shakti, she makes us get into the groove of this twisted circle, which gives us the continuous movement, which is twisted. Because of the twist, there is also duality. So what do we feel? When we are going here, full happiness, and in this twist, we enter into sorrow, day and night. So in this way, we are as Jivatmas feeling and going through the duality. And another reason for duality is, when I am moving with desire to get into this circle, without knowing, I am coming back to this circle. Again, I am going back to this circle of the duality, and I keep hopping from one to another continuously because of the presence of the desire, which is confusing, which is making me illusorily believing that there is something which are totally opposite of this. But when I understand and surrender at this point, what is happening to me? Slowly the twist will become loosened up, and gradually it becomes a big circle. That is when I realize I am nothing but this Purna Brahman. Here also I was Brahman. Here also I am Brahman. Here also I am Brahman. Purna. Purna. But here in infinite or infinity, I feel I am incomplete. When I am going here, I feel I am incomplete. Thinking that if I go around this, maybe I will become complete. But by the time I come here, the desire and Maya, avidya makes me feel, oh no, I have to have this, only then I will be complete. So this infinity is also nothing but the notion or the concept which is mainly acting on us. Because of that limited understanding, I am telling, oh, Brahman is infinite, anadi, ananta. But actually, there is no anadi or ananta, it is just purna. It is just purna, complete. It is not incomplete. So, it is this temporary twist which is making me feel there is infinity. But in reality, all are nothing but circle. Because of Kama Sanjeevani, see how beautifully she is making us go through the twist and get entangled, and we keep going from birth to birth to birth to birth, thinking that I am incomplete and I will become complete if I get this. So that karma is making me do so many karmas, and I keep going infinite lifetimes. But once I surrender to her, she takes away the twist and make me understand, oh, I am nothing but the complete Brahman. This I could understand very clearly when I went to Kailash. When we are doing the parikrama, before going to Kailash, n number of times I had seen the map of Kailash mountain, how the parikrama would be. I knew everything. But once physically when I went there and started the parikrama, I was in the groove where the parikrama would take me to a point and then thinking that, oh, it's too long. Maybe that is the end because there is a curve. And when I come out, there is such a big another curve going round the mountain. So like that, it keeps giving us the feeling that we are going around the mountain. So many mountains we are going around. Like that, it gives the feeling. Infinite, infinite. When will I end this? So the picture of what I had seen at home before going there physically, it vanished because I was caught in that concept of infinite journey, tiredness of going through that. Again, when I finished, I understood, oh, it was, yes, parikrama, a circle. So for us to understand infinity, we have to come out of that infinity. Only then I understand, yes, it is nothing but twisted circle. See how she does that Kama Sanjeevani. She puts us into that infinite life grip, because of which we take so many births, so many ups and downs. By surrendering to her, she takes out that twist of the infinity, which is only a concept. It's only a concept. There's no meaning for Ananta, Anadi, Brahman. It is just Purna. Purnamadha Purnamidam. That mantra is super. That she makes us understand. Because there is desire for that spiritual evolution in the sadhaka. Sanjeevani, Kama Sanjeevani. Kalya. Kalya is capable of creation. Skillful, one who is so skillful. Dakshina Murti. Dakshina Amurti. Even there. One who is capable of Srishti Sthiti Laya. Kalya, she is that. And also auspicious, healthy, perfect, ready or prepared, instructive, brightness of dawn, good tidings. All these are different meanings of Kalya, which she represents so readily, practically for us to experience. Kathinastana Mandala, one who has Kathina, firm, sturdy. Stana, the breasts, Mandala, which are circular. That means she is fully ready mother with nutrition for the whole universe to cherish and sustain. She is Shri Mata. Shri is the whole manifestation. And she's the mother of the whole manifestation. So all the time, she must be having that nutrition in the form of Amrita. So here we are saying Kathina Stana Mandala. Even in Saundarya Lahari, Shankaracharya has beautifully brought out the greatness of Sri Mata. Karabhoru, Uru means thigh. Karabha means the sturdy, robust trunk of the elephant. So her thighs are compared to the trunk of the elephant. Physically, if we see it, yes, it is beautiful. It is describing her beauty as a feminine form. That is one thing. But what is the work of the trunk in elephant? That we have to see. The trunk is one of the main instruments which it uses for its sustenance, to pluck, do so many things. And it is flexible, it stretches, and it has so much of strength in it. So it is a weapon as well. Devi, bearing the whole universe, certainly she has to have the thighs which are strong, sturdy, powerful, flexible, protective. So it's a beautiful understanding. Karabhoru, one who has that. To bear the responsibility of the universe, she needs a very big, strong, flexible thighs, which she has. And Kalanatha Mukhi, Kalanatha Mukhi, one who has the face like moon. Moon has the kalas, the parts, the rays, which are 15 plus 1, 16 kalas. So he is called Kalanatha. Mukhi. She is very much like that moon, full moon. So what does it mean here? Moon has 16 kalas, the parts. Agni has 10 kalas. And sun has 12 kalas. So Devi's face has 16 kalas because 15 day by day the moon waxes and wanes. 15. In all the 15, Devi is present. And the 16th kala is the Devi who will never wax or wane. She is there eternally in that moon. So 15 will wax and wane. But the 16th, it is eternal. So Devi is represented as one who has the face of Kalanatha, which is moon. So what does it mean? In what way it is going to help us? Kalanatha Mukhi. Mukha is the one which represents what we are. It expresses what we are because it has all the 5 senses in the face. And that 16th kala, which is eternally there, is also included with the other 15, which keeps changing. That means The presence of Brahman is there as Nirguna as well as Saguna. Brahman, when it is connected with the manifested universe. Kacha jitam buddha. Kacha jita ambudha. One who has the hair like dark, thick, dark clouds. Kacha is hair. Jitambudha. Jita is thick. Ambudha is the cloud. That which showers rain, which gives water. Water is the very source of life, the source of joy, source of comfort, source of pleasure. So, the cloud, which is so thick and dark, is compared to Devi's hair, which is also the very source of life and joy to the universe. For example, if a child is longing for its mother, from far when it sees or when it hears the voice of the mother, it makes the baby calm down and it stops crying. In the same way, Devi's presence as that Ambudha, which is life-giving source. All the Jivatmas, just by looking at that Ambudha, which is Jita, dark, because it is filled with what? Filled with hope. We all get connected to that and we see it as the hairdo of Devi's beautiful long hair. Kacha jitam bhuda tanotu kshemam nastava vadana saundarya lahari. And another one, dhunotu dvantam nastulita. In all these mantras in Saundarya Lahari, we have studied in detail how these things can be a very good yantra to focus on and get into Devi Bhava. They are all very, very helpful. Kataksha Syandi Karuna. Kataksha is her glance. Syandi, it is pouring, showering, generating Karuna, the compassion. Her eyes are showering, generating, pouring out Karuna, compassion. So, that is also one of the main qualities of Devi, which she is showing on the whole universe, because she is nothing but Shri Mata. Shri Mata. Kataksha Kinkari Bhuta Kamala Koti Sevita. Even in that way, she is helping us through her Kataksha. Just through her glance, Kataksha Kinkari Bhuta. Kinkari Bhuta means just by making it archy or looking side. Crores of Lakshmis come in front of her to serve her. So, with the ordained of Devi, if one of those Koti Lakshmis come and bless the devotee. It is nothing but wealth, richness, prosperity in so many ways. So even Lakshmi Kataksha to fall on the devotees or sadhakas or jivatmas. It is Devi who is ordaining Lakshmi because of that motherly nature in Devi, which is making her to give. So she is using that Kataksha in so many different ways to take care of the universe. But in all, we can see that it is Karunamaya. Kapali Prananayika. Kapali is Shiva. Prananayika. She is the beloved consort. Prananayika. Nayika. She is the one who is holding that prana. She is the life force for Shiva. If Shakti is not there with Shiva, he will be inert. So she is that prana. And he also loves her, because of which she has become Naika, the heroine, Prana Naika of Kapali Shiva. So what is the meaning of the word Kapali? Pali is the one who maintains, maintainer, protector. Ka, there are so many different meanings. Ka is the creator Brahma. Brahma, Vishnu, Rudra, that Brahma, one who creates the universe, Brahma. So even for that Brahma, the creator, Shiva is the Pali. He is the protector of that Brahma. How does he do it? He is nothing but consciousness. Shiva is consciousness. Through that consciousness, he is making Brahma to create. Without that consciousness, Brahma cannot do anything. In the same way, Vayu. Vayu is also called Ka. Being that Vayu, Ka, he is protecting Pali, the whole universe, by giving that prana Shakti through air. Yamaraja, he is also Ka. Pali. It is Shiva who is maintaining, ruling that Yamaraja. Fire, again. Kapali. He, by becoming that Ka, the fire, he is protecting the universe. Kapali. Water. Atma. Atma is Ka. Pali. So he, by becoming or by being present as Atma in all the beings, he is protecting. And it's also Ka means happiness. Pali. One who maintains the happiness in all beings. That is because of Kapali, Shiva, which is consciousness. Is also called Pashupati. Karunya Vigraha. So, Karunya Vigraha means she is the embodiment of compassion. Compassion, she is using it as innate quality. That is dharma, innate nature. because she's Sri Mata, she's using that as innate nature, dharma. It is her dharma. It is her innate nature. Here, Karunya Vigraha, she's becoming that dharmi, one who has that karuna, one who is bearing that karuna, and she is becoming the embodiment of karuna, compassion. So it says a lot. She is both dharmi and dharma of karuna, the quality. Karuna rasa sagara. She is karuna rasa. She is the ocean of karuna. Or katakshasyanti karuna. She is pouring karuna. That means she is there and she is giving karuna as her quality. She's showering it. She's showing it. She has so much of compassion as Sagara. So, did you understand? There is difference. As quality, she has karuna. As her form, also, she is karuna. So, she is embodiment of karuna. When this is the case, when we are showing our devotion to her, be it the external puja or japa, dhyana, or just thinking about her, contemplating on her. There are in different kinds, the living beings get connected with her karuna quality, her form as karuna. So, she is available in different levels of sadhakas and the devotees according to their capacity. She is showering karuna and she's showing her form as karuna. Wherever, whenever we are feeling that karuna as a receiver and as a giver of compassion, it is the presence of Devi. It is the presence of Devi. Kanta, she is Kanta, radiant, Tejasvi. That Tejas radiance is not putting us away. It is not harsh. It is very pleasant and attractive. That radiance. Why I am saying that is, some people will have the eyes which are very piercing. We can't see them more than 1 or 2 seconds. We feel like taking away our eyes because the eyes are so radiant and it is somewhat harsh. There are many other people, the features are not at all attractive. But because of that inner anthakarana being so beautiful, soft, compassionate, they will be emitting a kind of radiance which attracts and make us feel pleasant and happy, calm. We become one with them. So Devi has that type of kanta in her because she's the combination of beauty, compassion, and jnana, shivatva in her. The combination of all these things is emitting that kanti, because of which she is called kanta. Kanta. Kanta is Shiva. Kanta is Devi. Shakti. Kantardha Vigraha, we say it, right? In Lalita Trishati Namavali. Kanta Ardha Vigraha. So there also we can see how she is reflecting or imbibing that Kanta from Shiva as well. Kanta. Kanti Dhuta Japavalihi. Japavalihi. Japa Kusuma is the hibiscus flower, which is red in color, beautiful red. Vali means the rows and rows and rows of Japa Pushpa, the hibiscus flower, which is red. So imagine a garden filled with Japa Kusuma, hibiscus flowers, which are red, which are shining to the sun rays. It's beautiful. And it will be so red. It fills the mind, heart. Japavali. Kanti Dhuta Devi with her Kanti. She is foo-fooing the Japavali, the radiance what we see in hibiscus garden, which are in rows, all put together, is not at all equivalent to what Devi is emitting, that Kanti. In that Kanti, Dhuta, that is putting down, shimmering. Kanti Dhuta Japavalihi. So, basically to say that nothing can be compared with the Kanti of Devi. It is like saying Koti Surya Samaprabha. And also it shows the compassion. Japa Kusuma Bhasuram, Japa Vidau Smaredam Vikam, Japa Kusuma, there also the reference comes. So we can understand Devi's radiance is combination of so many qualities which are emitting naturally, because of which we are feeling that there is no comparison with any of the manifested things. She is beyond. Yet we are comparing. Why? The reason, let us see. Kalalapa, with punctuated style of conversation. There are 12 types of verbal representation. Among that, one is alapa, where the speech will be musical, very soft, melodious, alapa. So, Devi's beautiful voice with this kind of representation, verbal representation, is giving rise to 18 other vidyas. That Saundarya shloka, Samunmilat Samvit, in that it comes, Yada Lapa Ashtadasha Gunita Vidya Parinati. So, alapa is a kind of conversation. It is punctuated conversation. That she is expert in. Kalalapa. It is beautiful what she does. Kambhu Kanti. Kambhu is the conch. Kanti is the neck. So her neck is in the shape of a conch. Base being broad and gradually it becomes thin, like the shape of the conch. Kambhu Kanti. Also, her voice is melodious, strong, and very authoritative as well. Kambhu Kanti. In both meanings, she is Kambhu Kanti. In Samudrika Lakshana, it is one of the texts which describes how a human body represents different qualities connected with the Lakshana of each part. So according to that, a person who has conch-like neck is highly revered and highly interested in spirituality. So that is one of the lakshanas, characteristics of a person. So even in that way, Kambhu Kanti is beautiful. When it comes to sadhaka, one's sadhana should also be like that, Kambhu Kanti. From gross level, one has to go into spiritual heights. In the sadhana, one has to rise up. It should not be sudden increase. It should be gradual, like the shankha. Not only that, even it should spread the spirituality which is evolving in sadhaka should spread, expand him like the nada of shankha. Nada of shankha. So that expansiveness should be like the sound of shankha. Kara nirjita pallava. Kara nirjita pallava. The hands of Devi are gentle and soft like the tender leaves. Tender leaves are the shoots, young shoots with tender leaves, which are very soft, tender, and very gentle. Her hands are like that. What we feel, our mother's hands are also very gentle and soft when they are caring for us. Devi, being mother, she has that kind of touch with her children, which is the whole universe. It also says about the freshness, present freshness and purity. If it has to be pallava, kara, if the hand has to be like the freshly coming up tender leaves, that means what? Young child's form will be very soft, tender, and it is reddish in color. Why? It is pure, and that reddishness, the softness is also telling that it is still Brahman. It is still pure. It has not become one with the universe which is constantly changing and moving. It has not yet entered into that race, the rat race. So it is still holding on to that Brahmatva, still in that Brahman. So Pallava, Kara Nirjita Pallava. Nirjita means conquered. Even the softness of the tender leaves will fall down when compared to the softness of Devi's hand. So Nirjita there, it is conquered. Kalpavalli Samabhuja. Kalpavalli Samabhuja. Kalpavalli is the creeper of Kalpa. Kalpa represents again wish yielding, fulfilling the desires. Kalpa Valli. It is not like Kalpa Vriksha, it is like Kalpa Valli. It is like a creeper. Samabhuja, her arms are like wish yielding, fulfilling the desire creeper. This Asha Puraka. Again, you should remember that Saundara Lahari mantras where it is referred to. Mridale Mridvinam Tava Bhujalatanam. Even that mantra. It says Kasturi Tilakanchita. Forehead is embellished with Kasturi. Kasturi is the musk. With that, she is decorated with, on her forehead, it is decorated with Kasturi. Kasturi Tilakanchita. So if you look at it, why all of a sudden, again we are getting back into describing Devi in human form and her beauty, like Kalpavalli Samabhuja, Karanirjita Pallava, Kasturi Tilakanchita, Kalanatha Mukhi. Why all of a sudden? What is it to do? Here what is happening is Devi as Saguna Brahma. She is the whole manifestation. Because we devotees, sadhakas, are in the human form, we are comparing her, we are perceiving her in the human form itself. So we are giving her the uru, karaboru, the thighs, hands, face, her neck. We are describing in the human form because Saguna Brahma is there for us to focus and keep our mind on that Devi, Shiva Shakti. How to maintain that mind focus? For that we need something we are very familiar with which we are intimate enough. We can correspond. Only for that sake we are giving the humanly form. Then does it mean that she is limited to the human form? No. To make sure that we don't get stuck with only human form as Devi. She is a woman. She is a woman. She is in that womanly form. To bring us out of it, how beautifully her limbs are compared with the nature which is beyond. If her hair is compared with Ambhuda, Jitambhuda, It is something which is great. Kalpavalli, Kambhukanti. So there is binding between the human form and the nature. So gradually what happens? From that human form, slowly we are expanding to understand and see Devi in that universal form. So we are scaling up. First, we scaled down that Nirakara Nirguna Brahman to the human form. By comparing that human form as Devi with the nature, we are again expanding it. So it is like putting a formula. The engineers, they use so many formulae. But once they put their understanding or mathematical solution to action, no more it is needed. Like that, we are scaling down Nirakara Nirguna into the human form, and then we are expanding it to understand. Once we understand, the sadhaka or the devotee's mind expands and it is able to see the whole manifestation as Devi. Sarvam Shaktimayam, Sarvam Brahmamayam. That understanding comes. So all of a sudden, if we sit and say, Devi, you are the Brahman, it won't reach the heart, Anthakarana. So it is a process which Lalita Trishati is following to make us grow and see Devi as the whole nature, whole universe as Devi. So next time when we see Ambhuda, the mind should be thinking of Devi. When we see a conch, the mind should go towards Devi. So like that, every object can become yantra, the point of focus, and bring the Devi Bhava into every object of the universe. Because Devi is all pervading Sat Chit Ananda. So there is a way to get connected with Devi. For that, Lalita Trishati Namas are helping us. We have to grow. So this is a beautiful opportunity for us to surrender to Devi in a human form, as well as different objects in the world also as Devi, different beings as Devi, and finally understand Sarvam Brahmamayam. Everything is Brahman. The whole second circle itself is the representation, manifestation of that Brahman. Once we are satisfied with that, automatically the mind would race towards Kama Sanjeevani, who will make us look forward to with zeal that Nirakara Nirguna Brahman, which is the third ever expansive circle. Nirakara Nirguna Brahman. That is why Lalita Trishati is really guiding us towards. Next is Hakarartha. Ha, sa, ka, ha. Again we are having Hakara. Ha. Here, second time when it comes in Sthiti, Ha, sa, ka, ha, the meaning would be Hamsa, according to Saundarya Lahari. Hamsa. According to Tripuropanishad, it is Abhra, that is sky. Abhra. So, this Hakarartha is giving us the experience of Atma and Akasha. Hakara. Ha is Atma, Shiva. What is the meaning or the object of that Artha? Hakarartha, that is Shakti. Again, it is coming back to the whole universe. In that, here Hakarartha, she is projecting herself, she is appearing as Akasha. Hakarartha. And that object, Artha, is possible only when that Ha is conjugated with Sa. Sa is Shakti. Ha is Shiva. Because of the union of that, the Artha is coming as this universe. Hakarartha. Hamsagati. One who has the movement as Hamsa, the swan. Hamsagati. Gati in general means movement, gait, walk. Hamsagati, when we take it, Marali Mandagamana, it comes in Lalita Sahasranama also. Hamsa, the swan, when it is in the water, to look at, it looks like it is gliding so smoothly on water. It looks very graceful. And the movement is very, very slow and beautiful. It's just passing up. But underneath that water, the legs are paddling like anything. It is moving very quickly. So there is contrast. What it looks on the water, above the water, is very graceful, smooth and slow. But underneath the water, the legs are really doing its job. So, in this universe, the movement of Devi is very graceful. It looks very graceful. But so much is happening under as undercurrent. We won't feel it, we won't see it. Many of the phenomenon which is happening in the world, we take it for granted. Yes, it is easy. Now it is night. In few hours, it is going to become morning, day. We have taken it so easily. But how much is happening from night to day for it to happen? In the Rutu, the seasons when it changes. So much is happening for us to experience it as a very smooth happening in the world. So many things are happening. For me to even blink my eyes, it looks so simple and easy. How many nerves and actions are involved in it? Have we thought about it? Hamsagati, Hamsagati. So her way of working, her way of moving, that is movement in the whole universe. That is what she is, the whole universe. It is very graceful, smooth, that we won't realize what is happening. From baby Alakananda to a grown-up girl, to an adult, to an old woman. I never felt when I became big. It was such a gradual and smooth journey. Think, everything is happening so smoothly that we are taking for granted how she is working, paddling in the water. But on top, it looks very graceful. Hamsagati. That is one meaning. Another Hamsagati is Hamsa Gayatri is connected with breathing. It is Ajapa Japa. Shiva Shakti. Shiva Shakti. Breathing in, exhale and inhale is happening because of the presence of Shiva and Shakti. So when the sadhaka concentrates on that breathing, Shwasakriya, we hear the sound Hamsa, Hamsa. There, Ha represents Shiva. Sa represents Shakti. That is the junction of both Shiva and Shakti, which says, that is I am. So that means Shiva, Ha, Sa, Hamsa, Hamsa, Hamsa. So Shiva and Shakti coming together is what I am. Atma. So that is how one goes within. That process of breathing, inhale and exhale, realizing Hamsa is Gati. The process which is happening is Gati. So Hamsa Gati, that is also happening so smoothly, automatically as a reflex action in every being. So it is called Ajapa. We are not doing the japa, Ajapa, but it is happening. That japa is happening as Ajapa, as though we are not doing it. So it's called Ajapa Japa. So this Hamsa Gayatri, Om Hamsa Hamsaya Vidmahe Parama Hamsaya Dhimahi Tanno Hamsa Prachodayat. So if one goes through this path, they will be realizing, I am Shiva Shakti. I am Shiva Shakti. I am, that is where it stops at the end. Hum, sa. So let us stop at this. Shiva Shakti, Shiva Shakti, Shiva Shakti Om. 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 Shiva Shakti, Shiva Shakti, Shiva Shakti Om.